Good afternoon, everyone. I'm joining you from East Vancouver on the traditional territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people. It's an honor to be here today as your new president and to represent the doctors of British Columbia. I'd like to acknowledge and thank Dr. Kathleen Ross, who for 18 months not only led by example, but did so for a longer term than any other president. She did this so that doctors could focus on the early stages of the pandemic rather than face a transition in leadership. Thank you, Dr. Ross. Each and every one of you demonstrates on a daily basis what it is to be brave, to be innovative, to be compassionate, to be doctors in the time of COVID. We have learned more about COVID-19 in a shorter period of time than any other disease in history. And vaccines that at one point were tantalizingly out of reach are now a much closer reality. This should give all of us hope. I believe 2021 gives us much to look forward to. Doctors of BC intends to play a big role in supporting doctors in our post-pandemic world. Our strategic focus for 2021 is to lead doctors and the health system to adapt to a pandemic and post-pandemic environment in which they can provide access to quality care and in which doctors stay safe, remain healthy, and are paid fairly. During my term, we're going to be providing greater supports to help you build your practices, make the best use of funding models, balance virtual and in-person care, and support you in providing your patients with timely access to care. Our profession will not only survive this pandemic, but thrive in spite of it. And the time will come when we have surmounted it. But in order to do so, we need to stick together, not only now, but long after the pandemic is over. We are each unique, and our differences contribute to a shared experience and knowledge that is more powerful than any individual. We are all on the same side, even though we are not all the same. As your president, I look forward to supporting the organization as it continues its journey to ensure that no one is left out. We put out a call to establish our diversity and inclusion advisory working group, and you responded in record-setting numbers. We will undertake unconscious bias training for members involved in committees, the representative assembly, the board, and our staff. We have already begun implementing a number of recommendations identified in a diversity and inclusion barrier assessment report provided to us last year. These are all steps in what is as much a journey towards diversity and inclusion as it is a final destination. Each one of you has been giving it your all for months, day after day. You have sacrificed much, both personally and professionally. We all feel the increased stress, anxiety, and most of all, risk of burnout. Some studies show that more than half of us have experienced burnout at some point in our careers. I know I have. So I say this as someone who juggles being a dad, a partner, a doctor, and your president. It's okay to not be okay. Put your health and well-being first. We are all good at leaning in. Sometimes we need to lean out. If you don't know about the Physician Health Program, please check it out. PHP has offered peer support sessions since the beginning of COVID. It has also bolstered its roster of caring professionals. We also know that burnout isn't just about individuals. Each of you is strong and resilient. You wouldn't be working in healthcare otherwise. We know that burnout can come from systems and processes and moral injury, from wanting to do the right thing but not being able to do it. That's why Doctors of BC is working at many levels to support you, the healthcare system, and society as we overcome these challenges together to ensure the health and well being of all. I believe that medicine is fundamentally a just, kind, and compassionate profession. We enter medicine with good hearts and good intent, but along the way, we get hurt like our patients get hurt. We suffer as our patients suffer. We get frustrated with the way things are because we can see the way things should be. And we are vulnerable to bias and blind spots and ignorance, not because we are bad people, but because we are human. In that humanity, we find our greatest strength. It has been said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. We need our partners. We need our healthcare colleagues. We need our patients. And we need each other. I expect to work hard this year on your behalf, but I also look forward to every moment and every opportunity to learn from you along the way. I look forward to standing beside you as your president as we rise above the pandemic to a better place than before. Thank you for everything you do, everything you are, and everything we will be.